What happens when you take one of the greatest anime of all time and slow it down to 1/4 speed? I watched Hunter x Hunter in 0.25x speed, and what I found will blow your mind. In today's video, I'm diving deep into the Gon versus Hisoka fight, and what I discovered absolutely blew my mind. The sheer amount of hidden details packed into just the first few seconds is unreal, and it's time we uncover them together. When Gon launched the first strike, Hisoka dodged effortlessly, but what really stood out was the sheer speed of his movements. It wasn't just fast for Gon, it was fast for us as viewers. Even while watching in 0.25x speed, there were moments where Hisoka's dodges happened in just a single frame. Blink, and you'd miss it. Sure, it might seem like a small detail, but it perfectly highlights the massive skill gap between Gon and Hisoka. I just really appreciated that touch, but trust me, the next few details, they'll seriously blow your mind. Right after dodging, Hisoka caught Gon completely off guard by seamlessly shifting from defense to offense in a surprise move. Gon barely managed to evade the strike, but notice how Hisoka used an open palm instead of a fist. It shows that he wasn't trying to seriously hurt Gon at this stage of the fight. Not yet. After Gon barely dodged Hisoka's palm strike, Hisoka immediately followed up with what looked like a kick. But here's where it gets insanely interesting. Every time I watched this scene before breaking it down, I was convinced, like most of us probably were, that Hisoka landed a full kick. But in reality, he didn't. He actually drove his knee into Gon's chin. While Gon was still off balance, Hisoka struck again, driving his leg into Gon's midair posture and sending him into a violent spin, which explains why Gon was spinning violently. It's such a slick, blink and you miss it move that completely changes how you see that moment. This shows that Hisoka still doesn't want to hurt Gon. And while Gon was spinning, you can see the wound on his right chin that was caused by Hisoka's knee. This next detail is both hilarious and low-key terrifying. When Gon went in for another strike, Hisoka, as usual, dodged with ease. But because Hisoka is so much faster, he countered with a mid-air strike while Gon was still off balance. Now here's the wild part. By sheer luck and gravity, Gon fell just in time to barely avoid the blow. We're talking millimeters here. And he even made this priceless expression. But look closely. When Hisoka's hand sweeps above Gon's head, you can actually see strands of Gon's hair get sliced, despite him being coated in 10. That moment left Gon shocked and probably a little grateful he wasn't decapitated. But since that's Gon we are talking about, he attacks anyway, only for Hisoka to dodge again with ease and land a clean blow at Gon's stomach. And again notice that he used the palm of his hand to push Gon rather than punch him. Yet even with that controlled strike, Gon was still nearly suffocated by the impact, completely winded from the sheer force. Gon being Gon comes back with even more determination. He launches a flurry of mid-air punches and kicks. But Hisoka, as usual, dodges them with ease. Left slightly exposed, Gon gets hit by an elbow strike from Hisoka, and again, it's deliberate. He's using his elbow instead of a full punch, clearly holding back to avoid seriously hurting him. But then finally, Gon spots an opening and lands a blow on Hisoka. It's a big moment, but not quite enough. Hisoka blocks it effortlessly with his arm, barely flinching. And here it comes, one of my favorite details that a lot of people missed because it happened so fast. In a blink, Gon is mid-air and completely exposed. That's when Hisoka makes the same gesture that Killua uses, motioning as if he's about to tear straight through Gon's chest. Gon's instincts kick in immediately, and he withdraws just in time. The crowd was oblivious except for Zushi and Wing. After a few punch exchanges, with Hisoka clearly toying with Gon, the tone shifts. Hisoka starts throwing real punches. He fakes one to mislead Gon, then instantly follows up with a real strike that sends Gon flying. What's crazy is that everything we demonstrated so far happened in just 1 minute, but it gets even crazier because the best detail happens next. When Gon charges at Hisoka at full speed, he moves so fast he starts creating after images, an advanced technique he refined after first pulling it off against Netero. Then he unleashes his Heaven's Arena signature move, flipping the stone, a technique he's pulled on several opponents before. This time, he smashes it into a storm of rubble, using the chaos as cover to sneak in on Hisoka. But here's the part that completely blew my mind, the single most brilliant detail in the entire video. Throughout the fight, Gon was using Ten, a fundamental Nen technique that wraps your body in aura to guard against attacks. Hisoka was using it too, but here's the catch. Maintaining Ten means your aura is active, making you detectable to other Nen users. So if Gon had kept using Ten during his stone flipping tactic, Hisoka would have sensed him instantly. No amount of rubble could have hidden him. His whole strategy would have collapsed. That's why Gon made the bold decision to cancel his Ten, entering Zetsu, a highly dangerous state that cuts off his aura completely. While it leaves him totally exposed to NN attacks, it also renders him undetectable to other Nen users. And if you look closely, you'll notice it. As he hides behind the mid-air rock, there's no visible aura around him. His Ten is fully nullified. Then, in the exact moment he strikes Hisoka, his aura bursts back into view. This means Gon launched the stone, slipped into Zetsu to stay hidden, and only reactivated his Ten at the very last second, right before delivering the long-anticipated punch. And the best part? It was never explicitly stated, just shown. That's the brilliance of it. The entire sequence relies on visual storytelling, trusting the audience to piece it together. It's a perfect example of show, don't tell. Subtle, smart, and deeply rewarding for viewers who catch it. All of this, just in a 2-minute fight scene in Hunter x Hunter. Now imagine the level of detail packed into the entire series. You have no idea how many brilliant, mind-blowing moments I've caught re-watching it at 0.25x speed. So if you want more breakdowns like this, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned. There's so much more to uncover.